Deep in the Russian forest northwest of Moscow, concrete bunkers lie overgrown with weeds and moss. Until 2010, this was a strictly restricted site. It operated as a top-secret Russian military base, entirely off-limits to the public and hidden beneath layers of state bureaucracy. When the military packed up and left, they stripped the buildings and abandoned the grounds. Yet a ghost remained active. A relentless radio signal continued to broadcast from the coordinates of the ruin. Anyone in the world with a shortwave radio can tune to 4625 kHz and hear it. It is a harsh buzz that repeats exactly 25 times a minute, 24 hours a day. Listeners simply call it the buzzer. The broadcast has been active since the late 1970s. When the Soviet Union collapsed and the government dissolved, the signal did not drop for a single second. Then, in 2010, listeners noticed a shift. The physical hardware at Poverovo had been abandoned, but the signal didn't die. Triangulation showed the broadcast location had mysteriously moved hundreds of miles northwest. The buzzer is a faceless machine that refuses to be turned off. It anchors a digital mystery firmly in physical Soviet decay. To understand how a broadcast survives a collapsing empire, we have to examine the anatomy of the frequency itself. Its standard operation is agonizingly monotonous. The shortwave band emits an unchanging buzz, day in and day out, every single day of the year. Occasionally, the routine breaks. The buzzing suddenly cuts out. A live voice reads cryptic Russian codes before the humming resumes. These brief vocal interruptions spawned decades of speculation, most notably the Cold War lore known as the dead hand theory. The dead hand, or the perimeter system, was designed as an automated dead man switch tied directly to Russia's nuclear arsenal. The theory proposes a grim logic. If a preemptive strike eliminated the Russian command structure, the continuous radio signal would drop. That silence would act as the trigger, automatically launching a retaliatory wave of nuclear missiles. However, the broadcast has frequently gone silent for routine transmitter maintenance. No automated nuclear retaliation followed. Because the station is not an automated doomsday switch, the reality is far more grounded. The frequency requires active management, maintained and closely guarded by living military personnel today. Defense analysts point to a highly practical military application. The signal serves as a channel marker for the Russian military's Vulcan command network. This illustrates a channel marker. It is a continuous sound used to hold a frequency open and confirm the line is active. By broadcasting relentless noise, it creates an acoustic barrier, pushing away competing signals to reserve space for encrypted communications. Intelligence suggests the control of this network originates from the 60th Communication Hub, located in St. Petersburg. This system operated largely uninterrupted until it faced a massive stress test on November 14, 2025. A large-scale Ukrainian drone strike targeted a power substation near the coastal port city of Novorossiysk. The drones bypassed local air defenses and impacted the main power grid, triggering severe electrical fires and cutting power to the region. In an instant, the immortal buzzer vanished from the airwaves. The blackout forced the world to see exactly what happens when the doomsday signal is forcefully silenced. In the immediate aftermath, amateur radio enthusiasts across Northern Europe anxiously monitored the dead airwaves. The silence was not total. Listening closely, they detected a faint, low-frequency hum still clinging to the channel. Secondary Russian transmission hubs had stepped in. Backup generators activated immediately to maintain a low-power presence and protect the frequency. Within hours, primary power was routed back, and the high-power buzz returned loud and clear. The resilience of this single radio station mirrors the broader Russian military apparatus. It is an archaic, hidden network that survives by relying on decades-old Soviet foundations. The broadcast requires no internet connection and no modern encryption. A single physical strike can disrupt it, but it cannot permanently destroy the array. Right now, an invisible analog pulse is washing over the globe. It continues to hold open a channel, waiting for a military order the rest of the world hopes will never come.